YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. It's pretty small stuff, but there's a lot of good quality in here, I think. A couple of things here are doubles. They're definitely going to be trading fodder, but reasonable prices, good enough anyways to pick them up. So I decided to go for that. The first things I'll show you here actually came from Talese, and a few Game Boy games here that I found. There was actually 4 games there. I picked up 3 of them. The other one I left behind just because it was actually missing its battery cover because it was Pokemon Pinball. I wasn't really that interested in it for $5. It was missing its cover and things like that, and you know, I'm not a Pokemon fan or anything like that. It's not really necessarily a valuable game, so was willing to leave that one behind. But I did pick up 3 of the other titles. The first one here, which I already have in my collection, but I decided to pick it up anyways just because, you know, it's a classic game, is Donkey Kong Country. And so it came in one of these cases here, which always come in handy. I'll end up pilfering the case out of it, but the game's actually like really stuck in it. There we go. But there's the game right there, and it's in awesome shape. So I'll have to actually compare this against mine and see if the save battery and stuff like that works on that. But cool nonetheless, and definitely worth the $5 that I paid for it, which I don't think I showed you there, but that's on the bag right there in case you need the proof of that. I doubt you do at this point, but there it is right there. So pretty cool find right there. The next one is a game I didn't have in my collection, so I decided to pick it up again. It was $5. No protective case on this one, but it's Wario Land 2. Never really played these games before, but with the Retron 5 I'll be able to do that now. And I don't really want to get into the whole debate about the Retron 5 right now and its emulation software that's going around the internet, but pretty cool nonetheless, and I think it's a pretty decent title for sure for $5. I'm never going to leave something like that behind. And then the last $5 game right here also came in a protective case, and pretty pumped to get this one because just my collection, and something I'm actually looking for in my collection for the NES is a game that's sort of started this series. At least I think it did anyways. I'm not a total knowledgeable person about the series, but here's one of the games in it, and it's Kirby's Dream Land. And the one that I was talking about and referring to before is Kirby, the original Kirby's Adventure on NES, is a game I still don't have in my collection. I'm really looking forward to finding it out in the wild someday. But I got Kirby's Dream Land here for $5. Awesome find, something I really want to check out for sure. And again, it's got a really nice label on it, like it's really clean, so that's super awesome. Great thing about this is, and I've got a backlog of cleaning of games to do, but these ones came in these bags with the stickers on them, so I don't have to deal with getting stickers off and goo gunning and hair drying and all that kind of stuff to get the stickers and things off of these. So that saves me a lot of time. It'll just be a quick cleaning job, and away we go on that. Moving on, I walked into a Value Village earlier on today. Now I've been to a number of different stores. The Talese find was yesterday, and I actually went into my other stores today and I found absolutely nothing. I did find some NES games in one of the Value Villages, but they're asking $10 a piece, and I think one of the games there was probably worth about $10, but I just couldn't really, I can't do it. I can't really stomach that place anymore, the way they price their games and stuff like that. And I tried to speak to one of the employees, and she was like, well, they've been pricing the games like that for the last 2 years kind of thing, and I know that's not the truth. Just some lines she was sort of feeding me, and that's really unfortunate, and I really wish they would kind of reconsider and bring the prices down, because $10 for, you know, 95% of NES games is not really worth it. But there was a couple of titles that I had to regretfully leave behind. Didn't have in my collection, but I'm not paying $10 for them. I'll be able to find them out in the wild somewhere else, I think, or you know, at one of the trade shows for even less, or at least make a deal with people to get the titles that were there. So I left those behind. In the other stores there was absolutely nothing to pick up today. So I actually went to my final destination, which was the Value Village, and I actually scored pretty well there. So I'll start with one of the items that is pretty awesome for sure, but I'm not a huge collector for this particular system. It's a Nintendo DS game, and it's Metroid Prime Hunters for the DS, obviously I just mentioned that, but it's totally complete, so that's pretty wicked right there. I didn't show you the tag, but it was $10, and I thought that was a reasonable price for this. I don't know, once I bought this today I actually started to consider it, and I don't really know if I'm going to hold on to my DS collection, I may actually try to trade it off and get into the more retro stuff. So still though, cool for that amount. I've never played this before, so I'll have to check it out, but definitely worth the $10 that I paid for it. Moving on, I also found, this was kind of interesting because this was over by the game section, but it normally wouldn't go there. It would go into either the glass case or it would go over in the electronics section. So it's kind of interesting that this one actually ended up in the section where they have like video games and stuff like that, where they usually put their PS1 games and things like that. So kind of interesting. It was sitting there. I think somebody must have picked it up out of the electronics section, walked around with it for a bit, and then decided against it. But I don't know necessarily why they bothered to drop it. It's pretty cool. It's a teal, I think it's teal, Game Boy Color. So pretty cool. I'll open this up. That's the first time I've gotten into it. It's still in the bag and everything. Unfortunately, it is missing its battery cover, so that's the way that goes. And you can tell it's been missing for a long time because you can see like someone has put tape across the back here. So I'll have to test this thing out now. The screen is definitely not perfect on that or anything. It's a little bit scratched up, but you know, for what it is, and it was $7, I figured I would pick it up. So that's pretty cool right there. Hopefully I can find a suitable backing or something like that, or maybe trade it off as it is and somebody will hopefully enjoy that. But the screen is, like I said, definitely not perfect on that one, and I'll definitely have to test this out because I don't really have a chance to do that right now. But actually what I'm going to do is I'll go over and grab some batteries and we'll do this right now. Alright, so here we go. We're going to test this out right now. I've got some batteries in the back there and we'll fire it up, see how it goes. So it seems to me that it works. I just put that copy of Donkey Kong Country in the back there. You can really tell that the screen is quite scratched up there if you take a really close look at it now. It's pretty scratched up, but hopefully I'll be able to clean it up a little bit and we'll be good to go with that. Looks pretty good nonetheless, so pretty happy with that for sure. Moving on, I picked up a couple of N64 games, and I already have these in my collection, and I did a very recent trade to get one of these in my collection, which is kind of funny that now after I did that trade I found it out in the wild, but I'll get to that one in a second. This other one I actually traded off, I believe, at the Waterloo swap. I'm pretty sure I traded this guy off, and for $9.99, again $10, which I really wish they would lower the prices, but for this title it's definitely worth it. GoldenEye 007, and it's in really good shape. I'm wondering if that's in better shape than the one that I already have. I think the one I have is pretty mint, but that's awesome right there. And then another classic game, again for $10. And the final game I have to show you today is Mario Kart 64. This is the one I was talking about. I've already got this in my collection. Again, this is in beautiful condition though. This is the Player's Choice edition of this game, but honestly I don't think people really care that much when it comes down to it. This is an awesome title to be able to find for $10. So that was everything that I picked up recently. Not a whole lot of titles there. It's been pretty slim, but the stuff that I have found I think is pretty good quality. You let me know what you think. As far as DS, I want to know what you guys think about that, because I was just mentioning it before. You know, selling off my DS collection or trading it off kind of stuff and going a little more retro. I know that's a personal decision, but I'd literally like to get some input on that. So you let me know what you think of that idea. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I'll see you all later.